Hello and welcome back to some World of Tanks, and I'm playing my Löwe. And as you can see, I've got it all set up with the field modifications. I did turn off the accelerated crew training long before this patch was released, so I already had the experience saved up for it. I actually miscalculated how much I needed for a tier 8, because I think in the first iteration of field modifications on the sandbox test server, the cost per level was the same for all tiers. I think it was 28,000. But then they reduced the cost per level for lower tier tanks, so for a tier 8 it's only like 11,000 per level, and you don't have... I think you only have like 6 levels, so it's 69,000 to completely upgrade it. Nice. And oh, yeah. Don't mind that my turret is not moving. That seems to be a replay bug. That's okay. That's kind of weird. So don't watch where the cannon is pointing. It's not correct. Watch the little reticle. Anyway, this is the Overlord map, and not everyone's favorite map, because a lot of people think it's a good idea to go down on the beach. Luckily, in this game, my team does not do that. That does not mean this is gonna be an easy win, though. I have not gone down to the beach. I have gone to this bowl here, because I'm top tier. It's a tier 7, tier 8 game. And when top tier, the Löwe has pretty decent armor. It has good gun depression and a great turret. So this is like a good spot for it, especially when there's only one RD per side. So I'm just gonna sit here and pump out some damage. And again, don't watch where my cannon is pointing. It's a bug and it's not correct. And as you can see on the map, the enemy team has sent some heavy tanks down on the beach. Now the correct response to that is to just let them come up and then farm them as they go up that kind of ramp. I'm using auto aim to just shoot through all the little walls and soft cover up there. An enemy already is out, which means this position is now even better. And I'm just kind of hoping my team will farm those heavies coming up. But if not, then it's still possible for me to go back and deal with them. This TS5 here, he knows what he's doing, because he does not expose himself to side shots from me. He's anonymized, but he's a pretty decent player. He did expose himself a little bit, though. But sometimes you need to do that to advance. And I should spend a little bit more time aiming here. Like so. It's kind of distracting having that gun pointing not where I'm actually aiming it. Here's the TS5. And he's out. And we are down on hit points and down on tanks. So it seems that it's up to me to deal with those heavy tanks. Not quite enough gun depression, so I just have to go all in. And I'm actually now worried more about that E25 than the guys capping. Because I have enough time to go and reset. But I got some tanks going in against that E25. Again, it's kind of distracting having that gun just point off to the side. But don't watch that, just watch the reticle. So, 2 tanks destroyed in very short time. Rammed one and shot the other. So now the score is looking a bit better. But there are still at least one very dangerous tank on the enemy team. That's the GSR 1008, which now showed up on my left flank. But the good thing about this kind of gun depression that the Löwe has 10 degrees, that you can make pretty much any any slope, you can make it a hold down location. So I'm hoping the GSOR is alone. But he has the Panther with him. Hoping I could get like a quick shot in on that Panther, so it would just be me versus the GSOR. I'm kind of underestimating the speed of the GSOR here. Didn't think he would come up behind me that quickly, as I just go in for the Panther. And I should have spent a little bit more time aiming there, and I would have had that GSOR as he went down. I've got the turbo on my Löwe, so giving me a little bit, and in the mobility slot, giving me a lot more like power to weight ratio than the Löwe usually has. That gave me also a little bit more like turning speed. So I'm just hoping that the GSOR didn't trick me and is coming up behind me again. But I'm also betting on the fact that he probably went back to defend his own base. And here's the UDES. And again, I should have spent a little bit more time aiming instead of trying to snap those shots. But in any case, I'm getting some decent spotting done for my team, and they take out the Udes. Here's that G-Saw again. I did not have time to aim more there before he pulled back. And someone says in chat, please don't go one at a time. So, what do you think my teammates are gonna do? I'm hoping he will be exposed so I can shoot him, but no. Then I'm like, okay, I gotta go closer here and engage directly before the GSR picks out the T25-2. And he did. So it's 1v1, and both tanks are now one-shots. But I think the GSR is loading. It's got a 4-shot autoloader, and it takes, I think it's like 40 seconds to load. And he's out. So with the blind shots, I think I got a couple of blind shots. It was like 4,000 damage and another 1,000 spotting. So that's a good ace tanker result. And the TS5 on the enemy team did pretty good. He sent me a message afterwards and was like, hey, great game. And yeah, look at all the credits this tank makes. That was not firing any premium ammo though, but the Löwe doesn't really need it unless maybe it's in a tier 10 game. Because the gun is accurate enough and has enough pen to hit where you need to hit to pen with regular ammo. That's what makes it a pretty good credit maker. Probably one of the best in the game. And I just need a couple more ace tanker results in this tank to get that 3rd level badge on the tank. Well, that's it for now. I'm gonna play some more Czechoslovakian heavy tanks now. Goodbye and take care.